Good day everyone watching. Today we will explore how contractors, consultants and service providers can register with the Bureau of Public Procurement National Database and obtain their interim registration report, often called the BPP certificate. We will cover who needs it, why it matters, the detailed steps and the exact fees you must budget for, and all the straight from the BPP practice procedure. Let's now move over to the slides for more interactive session. Okay, it's very important for us to ask ourselves this very key question. What is the BPP certificate? Okay, the BPP certificate is the interim registration report issued after successful registration in BPP's National Database of Contractors, Consultants, and Service Providers. It proves you are cleared to bid for federal government contracts, and also it's validated by BPP as meeting statutory requirements under the Public Procurement Act. So without this certificate, you cannot legally tender for federal government projects. Then we'll now ask ourselves who must register and why. First and foremost, all contractors, consultants, and service providers doing or intending to do business with the federal government must register and obtain a BPP certificate. Secondly, foreign firms are also expected to register with the Bureau of Public Procurement. On the other hand, if it's a joint venture, it's very important that a separate corporate entity is registered with the Bureau of Public Procurement for that purpose. Then for exemption, those that cannot register with the Bureau of Public Procurement is if you have a staff strength below 3, you cannot register for PENCOM, so you will now be exempted from that. Then on the other hand, for ITF, only firms with up to 5 staff and above and with a turnover of 50 million and above can also register with the ITF when they want to obtain a BPP certificate. If you don't have all these requirements, you will be exempted with regards to these, while you can supply the other requirements like your tax clearance and your NSITF, and you also be issued with the BPP compliance certificate. Registration secures your place on the definitive government supplier list. So if you want to work for the federal government, it's very important that you obtain this very critical certificate. Okay, let's now take a look at the key benefits of registering with the interim registration report. That's the BPP certificate. First and foremost, it gives you legal eligibility. It gives the eligibility to bid on federal procurement opportunities. Once you have these certificates, once any federal government contract comes into place, you can be able to bid and hopefully obtain it. Then secondly, another reason or another benefit is for visibility. Your company details are now accessible to all MDAs of the government, so they can be able to give you contract based on the fact that they can establish the fact that you are a government contractor or supplier. Another reason is credibility. It signals compliance with tax, pension, and social contribution law. So once you are registered with the Bureau of Public Procurement, it's assumed that you have complied with all these requirements. Okay, let's take a look at the cost breakdown. The only cost involved is the amount that you will pay to a professional for his or her professional assistance, and you have to map out 50,000 to 150,000 naira for this purpose. Okay, let's now take a look at the pre-registration checklist, the documents that you need to have or put in place in order for you to be able to make a successful application. The first on the list is your Corporate Affairs Commission Certificate of Incorporation and other incorporation document. Then secondly, your tax clearance certificate for the last 3 years is very important for this application. Then you also have to have your PENCOM, that's your pension compliance certificate, your ITF, your NSICF compliance certificates. They are very important in making the application to be registered with the Bureau of Public Procurement. And also your company profile and also details of your board is very important in when you are completing the online form. So you have to ensure all corporate and statutory filings are up to date before you begin. If they are not up to date, the process will be truncated. You will not proceed. Okay, let's now take a look at the steps that you have to take in order to complete the process. The first thing that you have to do is to navigate to the website, the official website of the Bureau of Public Procurement, which is federalcontractors.bpp.gov.ng. Once you are there, you click on Register Now. After you have done that, then you enter all basic details like your company name, email address, your address, and every other required information. After you have submitted all these, you will receive a temporary contractor ID and password, which will be sent to your email. You can also check your spam folder if you don't see the email within minutes. Also, after you have done that, you will now proceed into completing the registration process proper. The first destination is introduction and contact information. You have to submit all that is required of you. Then you now move over to compliance section, where you'll be expected to upload the necessary compliance certificate, your tax clearance certificate, your pension, your ITF and SITF documentations. Then you'll also have to submit details of the board of directors, or if there's a parent company. Then also there is a section for business category professional association. You will also need to either upload your audited accounts, bank statement, then also your personnel, completed jobs and equipments. You have to thoroughly complete every session to avoid rejection. I repeat, thoroughly complete every session to avoid rejection. Okay, now that we have completed everything that is expected, then you have to review all entry, just like I said earlier, because errors block approval. After you have done that, then you submit your application online, still on the portal that I have mentioned earlier. Immediately, you will be expected to print your interim registration report, which is your BPP certificate. You keep the IRR safely, because you will have to attach it to all federal bids, all federal government contract bids. You have to attach it when submitting your documents. Okay, let's now take a look at some post-registration obligations. Regular update is very important. You have to amend your profile when key data changes. If there is any change whatsoever, you have to ensure that you change and amend it as well. And also the interim registration report can be valid indefinitely, but you have to subject yourself to an update, annually update all the necessary document that needs to be updated so that your BPP certificate will still be intact. And also BPP may audit your submission and return supporting documents for 5 years, but it's very important that all supporting documents must be updated annually. Staying current ensures uninterrupted access to government opportunities. It's very important. If you want to be bidding for a government contract, it's very important that your BPP certificate must be updated at all times. Okay, we'll now take a look at some common pitfalls and how to avoid them. The first pitfall that you will experience if you are not careful is incomplete fields. Incomplete fields. So you have to use the BPP's checklist. You don't skip any session. When you skip any session, incomplete field will now become a challenge, which will stop you from the process, from proceeding. So another pitfall is missing statutory compliance. So you have to ensure that your tax clearance certificate, your PENCOM, your NSITF and ITF status are up to date to the present year, to the December 31st of the present year. So it has to be updated at all time so that your BPP certificate will also be updated too. Then weak financials, you have to attach your audited account and statement in order to show that your company is a going concern. So once you address these areas, it's very important that you will now proceed without any challenges. So let's now take a look at how the IRR boosts your business. First and foremost, it gives you a competitive edge. Only companies with interim registration report can bid for federal government projects. So you see, it gives you a competitive edge over any other company that does not have the certificate. Then marketing, it showcases that your company is actually credible. Your credibility is very important in business. So once you have this documentation, it's a proof to all states and private clients that you are a credible a company that has the capacity to do what you said you can do. Also, partnership. Foreign investors look at companies with BPP registration as also a credible company. It's the best line to check compliance. So it's assumed that once you are registered with the Bureau of Public Procurement, all compliance baseline has been checked. So your interim registration report elevates you above non-registered competitors. It's very important that you elevate yourself to that level where you are expected to do business with the government, and it gives you more edge, competitive edge, just like we mentioned earlier. It's very important. Then let's now take a look at some additional services that the BPP offers. The first is procurement officer conversion. They can help with that. Then they also offer procurement officer management. Train your staff on how to be good with procurement activities. And also Nigeria Open Contracting Portal is another service that they offer. So explore these to deepen your engagement with public procurement so that you will know more when it comes to public procurement. Then for key resources and contact, the registration portal is federal.contractors.bpp.gov.ng. The help desk is info@bpp.gov.ng. The official number that you can call when you want to reach out to the BPP is also on the screen. You can call them if there is need for that. And also, you can also download all the necessary documentation from the BPP website. Okay, register today to secure your interim registration report with just the sum of 50,000 to 150,000. That's if you want to engage a consultant. And a few hours of work, you gain a lifelong eligibility for federal contracts. Visit the BPP portal now, complete your profile, and print your BPP certificate. Thank you. For more personalized consultation, further guidance, and additional resources on how to obtain a BPP certificate in Nigeria, visit our website to access detailed guides, case studies, and expert insights designed to keep you informed of the latest regulatory updates and best practices. Partner with us to leverage our deep industry knowledge and take the next step towards how to obtain a BPP certificate in Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to download this presentation for your future reference. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content such as this. Thank you.